you're a single mom. You have no support from the father of your child. You have no other type of means to make sure that the child that you're raising is okay. Is it possible for you as a single mom to be able to fulfill all the things your child needs? Today on my YouTube channel. Hey guys, so listen, I had an epiphany this week. I was, y'all know I've been like overly consumed with preparing for my boards, but if you guys don't know, I have a 14-year-old. He is my life. He is my light. He brings me joy, but he's had a rough 2 weeks, right? A rough 2 weeks, not with me, but just like at school, as far as like getting in trouble and not adhering to the rules, which really frustrates me. And it frustrates me because I look at it like disrespect, because if you can't act appropriately when I'm not around, then I feel like you're disrespecting my wishes. So I had a hard beginning of the week because me and him get along so well that I'm really not used to us not being on the same page. So I had to take some time, and in the midst of that, I realized that I'm not for sure if other single parents feel like me, but I realized that there's been time in the past where I have prayed to God for help and assistance, good help and assistance, right? Because the people you bring around you and your kids, you want them to have a positive influence at all times. And I realize that sometimes the people that are around are not the best influence. That's not the situation for me and mine, but I do realize that in the past I have prayed for God to encompass us and surround us with people who have good vibe for us, who want good things for us, who want good things to happen for us. And I realized that over the years, maybe I haven't been as persistent with my prayer, and maybe that is something that I need to continuously keep in my prayer, because that is something I want to continuously keep in my circle. Good people, good energy, good vibes, God-fearing people, right? Because we always need him involved. So when this week got kind of sticky for me, it kind of really hurt my feelings more than anything, because he lives the best life. I make sure that I do all the things, and I go over and beyond to make sure that he is okay. When I get phone calls from teachers and stuff like that saying that he's not doing what he's supposed to do, it hurts me on the inside. And even though everybody will always say, like, their kids are growing, but I feel like when I set the rules, that's the law. And no matter where I am, here, there, or far away, you should abide by them. So this was a rough week for me, and I had to kind of take some time into center and really figure out, like, what is it that I can bring into me and his life to kind of help, like an adjunct, like on top of me, right? Making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Somebody else that I can kind of bring in and kind of help, because I need some reinforcement, right? He doesn't look at it like disrespect, right? He doesn't think it's disrespectful if it's not to me. The rule of the week, what we had to learn this week was, it is disrespectful if you're not doing what I tell you to do, even if I'm not around. So I can remember, if anybody knows me and mine, up until 3 years ago, King was not allowed to play 2 sports. I only allowed him to play 1, simply because I could only be involved with so much, right? 1 sport, I can always be there. I can make the practices. I can make the games. 2 sports, it was very, very, very difficult for me, because I am a single parent and I do financially take care of him 100% by myself. So it was not possible for me to allow him to play basketball and football and be involved and be able to take him to and from practice. Things got even more complicated, because if you have King is an all-star. So if you have an all-star player, they play like league ball, right? So truth be told, like when you have an all-star in any sport, there is no off season, right? They have like receiver ball, that's 7-on-7, then there's regular football season, and then they have training in between. So if you have like an all-star sport child, there is no off season. So not only did we have football that he was an all-star at, now we began to pick up basketball, and I was super duper apprehensive because I can't be around and I can't be hands-on with both things, right? So I remember I had made this prayer to God to ask him to send me somebody to kind of help that I can trust, because I want my child to live the best life. I want him to be able to live life as best as he can, stress-free for as long as he can. And when you incorporate different people and don't know where they come from or anything about them, they can bestow things upon your children that are not appropriate. So that was my main concern when the basketball coach of the school called me 3 years ago and asked if King play. I was really, really, really agitated. I was really, really, really aggravated, because I don't know him, he don't know me. But me not allowing my child to do certain things is not fair. Just because I'm scared, just because I'm trying to provide him with the best life possible, was a turning point for me. So I had initially told the coach, like, you know what, give me some time, I'm going to get back to you. Like, I need to make some prayer, I need to think about some things, because I'm not 100% comfortable with the fact that I have to let an adult pick him up and drop him off at late times of the night. Nor am I 100% comfortable with the fact of not letting him play because I'm worried and I'm scared, right? So he gave me this whole spill, like, you know, I'm a God-fearing man, I do this, this, that, and the other, I have a wife, you know, like, I have a whole situation, I have a child. Long story short, I let King play. I prayed. I felt like God had sent me somebody that can kind of help me and allow my seed to play another sport. Initially, too, I was kind of excited because
continue straight to I-85 South Atlanta.
Okay. He was a black man that could kind of provide my son with other support.
Police reported ahead.
And other assistance that that would help him too. So he could help him with sports, and then he could be there as a backup, right? Because I am a single parent. It is just me and him at all times. So I realized this week that as a She-Ra as I think I am, and as much as support as I provide for my seed, I realize that you still need help. The issue is that you want good, supportive, God-fearing help. You want people that want what's best for you and yours. And this week, when me and my son had like the rockiest week this year thus far, we've been having like a really good year with everything. I realized that I have got to continue to incorporate people for assistive help on his end. I feel like there's nothing that he can't talk to me about. I feel like he can tell me everything. I feel like he has everything. I also know when I was growing up, even though my mother was the same, I still felt like there were certain things I couldn't talk to her about. And there were certain situations and certain things going on in my life I did not feel comfortable talking with her about, even though she was the best ever. So when we had this week, I had to reach out to his coach again and kind of ask him for his insight and kind of ask him.
Continue straight for 9 minutes to exit 95A, I-285 East, Augusta, Macon.
And kind of ask him for his assistance and support, because I realized that I'm raising a strong black man, and I realize that society is not always nice, right? They're not always nice to the black man. So I really had to have a soul-searching moment. I'm not the type of person, I'm a Capricorn, I'm not the type of person to like to ask anybody for anything. It's why I work so hard. But I realized this week, this was a situation in him, and me raising him to be the best he could be is something I cannot accomplish alone. So my advice for all you single mothers out there, if you're raising a child all by yourself, my advice would be to pray for God to send you somebody that can kind of, or a group or a family member or somebody that can kind of help assist you along the way for insight, for positive vibes, for support. Because I feel like eventually somewhere along the line, you're going to need the support in the backing up. Also know that when you incorporate other people, God-fearing people, other people that you trust and that you know to be good-hearted, they bring good ideas and they bring good energy to the table as well. So like I had already kind of had some ideas and things that I wanted to do and things that I wanted to change to help King make his transition from middle school to high school. I already had some ideas. And when I had spoke to him after that, he had some ideas. And when I had spoke to his wife, she had some ideas. So we kind of incorporated all of our ideas to set up a successful plan for my seed. Incorporated our plan as a group, as a team, to create a good plan for him and his success. It was humbling for me because I don't ask anybody for too much of anything. But what I come to learn about my seed is he can bring the best out of me. And he's going to really force me to buckle down and put a better plan into play than I had for myself, because I want better for him than I had for myself. So I had to start pulling from other resources so I can make sure that I'm doing all that I can. I want to make sure that when he is of age, when he is older, that I can say I did all the things to make sure that he was okay. The rest is out of my hands, right? Prayer is what I need. Good support is what he needs, and so on and so forth. But I want to make sure that I'm doing all the things. So yes, I feel like as a single parent, you guys need to make sure you're incorporating people around your seed that are going to be helpful and beneficial. You cannot, beautiful black woman, do it all on your own. You're going to have to find somebody or some type of support system to help you mold your seed and to make sure that they are allotted in the best plan and that you're putting the best things into play for them. That is my insight. This is Alicia So Awesome. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I've been in the house doing nothing but studying for my board. That time is almost here. I am excited. I got the recent stats to my page. I appreciate you guys are so supportive and watching things and sharing my vids and all those things. Thank you so much. Alicia's so awesome. Please continue to like, share, and repost my videos. I'll see you guys soon.